Someone you are trusting is probably trusting someone you would not. What does it mean, Basil? It just means that a lot of the times we'll confide our business in somebody that we totally trust, and 10 to 1, they'll go confide it in somebody else we would not trust at all. So note to self and note to you, be careful who you tell your business to, right? Now, having said that, I tend to find myself in the opposite of this. Somebody will confide something in me and tell me not to tell nobody, and I'll keep my mouth shut and not blab, and I'll still get in trouble. Case in point, when mommy was still alive, my aunt confided something in me about a third party. She told me not to tell anyone. So I didn't tell nobody. 2 hours later, she called and told mommy. So when mommy called me and was giving me the story and I'm acting all shocked and surprised, she's like, girl, knock it off. Your aunt already told me she told you. And I'm upset with you because you didn't come tell me. I'm like, it's not that I don't trust you, mom. It's that she told me not to tell anyone. So I tend to get into that trouble quite a bit. Anyways, I'm not feeling too bad today. Heavy congestion here in the, sinus area. Can't take nothing for it. I can't take Claritin and Lortidine and all the ins that you guys can take. I can't take Sudafed because it races my heart. What else? I can't take codeine unless they put it in Tylenol. So if they give me cough syrup, they have to give it to me in a pill. It sucks. Because of this deficiency that I have, I am deprived of a lot of the medication that would give me ease when I get sick like this. So I just have to go with the natural things. Suck down coconut oil and lemon juice and orange and bananas and just the fresh things that would make me feel better, right? Joe's at the auction checking out 2 Jeeps. Jada's out with Colin. They went to the gym and then to the store. Jory just popped in here just now. He's not supposed to come home on Wednesdays. He's supposed to go straight from school to work because he gets the kids earlier on minimum day Wednesdays. But he said he had to stop home just now and use the bathroom. And so he ran off to work. He says, there's a heavy police presence still in the schools right now because of what happened on Monday. And they're going through all the procedural things again of what to do for an active shooter situation. That is so scary, guys. Why do people have to do this shooting thing? Why did this guy have to go kill this beautiful lady and then kill himself? Why don't you just go off yourself in the desert somewhere if that's what you want to do? You know what I want you guys to know? If you're somebody that's in an abusive situation, your abuser might make you feel that you are isolated, and maybe you are a little bit isolated. But if you have any kind of friend or family that's near, they know. 10 to 1, they know you're being abused. And the reason why they don't step up and do anything is because people don't like to get involved in domestic disputes because very often it doesn't end well. It ends in these murder-suicide type thing, or that person that steps up and speaks up for you, you cut them off and they lose a friendship, stuff like that. So if you're feeling isolated right now, 10 to 1, you're being abused. And I would reach out to somebody. Joe made it in from the auction and he had me laughing just now until I was coughing because he thinks that I'm supposed to feed him. And I probably will because I'm hungry too, so I probably will get up and make something. And so I told him just now, I said, I'm sick. You're supposed to take care of me. And so what did you say?
I'm still sick.
He says, I'm still sick. And so my response to him was, when will you be made well? So after I said that, it reminds me of another Bible story. Diana, sit down, girl. Sit down. Grab your cup of coffee, sit down. I have another story to tell, another Bible story. So this one is about this guy that was paralyzed all his life. He was 38 years old and he was never able to walk. So then at this certain location, probably Jerusalem, I don't know the details of the story all the time. There was this pool where the angel of the Lord would come down and stir up the water in the pool. And whoever gets in the water right after it's stirred up gets well. They're made whole. They're healed. So this man never gets in. So he starts whining to Jesus when Jesus showed up at this pool and said, every time I try to go in, somebody doesn't put me in. And imagine that the guy is paralyzed from his neck down. Kind of like Oz's situation, right? Can't move, can't do anything. And he goes, and then somebody steps in ahead of me and blah, blah, blah. And he's just whining and complaining. And Jesus was like, pick up your mat and walk. So it's like, you're healed. So I told Joe that just now. I said, will you ever be made whole? Will you ever be well? And then he looked at me like I'm crazy because he knows the story. And I go, pick up your mat and walk. This is how I spent the rest of my afternoon, guys. Editing. I edited a 4-minute video with the hot cross buns. And I think I'll put it at my site as unlisted and then share it on Facebook. Just so some people can have it. What you doing? What you doing? Who came? Yeah, it's Jory. I saw Cora came to attention. It's like, my master here.
You smell me.
How was your day?
Long.
I think she can hear your car from the cross street.
Is that it?
Yes, that is here. We've got some good news. I didn't make it outside the house at all. Today I'm going stir crazy. I really wanted to go to the gym, but I couldn't go because I really didn't feel well enough to go. The stupid sneezing is what's knocking me down right now. If I could stop sneezing, I'd be perfect. I wish I could take Claritin or something like that to stop the sneeze, but I can't take none of that stuff. So I heard from Ermi today. She went to see Osley again, and he talked to her. He called her name. He knew who she was, and when she exercised his legs for him, she asked him, you know, if he would try to exercise it on his own. So if he made her that promise, she would go back every day and do it for him, exercise his arms and his legs so he can get out the bed. And she asked him if he wanted to get out that bed, and he said yes. And so she said he was even pulling on the edge of the bed trying to get up too today. So that's really good news. I finally heard back from the little daughter after I texted her this morning to tell her the dad looks, you know, really horrible in there. And, you know, what gives about this Parkinson medication. In the evening, she texted me back and she goes, oh, the doctor assessed him and said he probably has Parkinson due to the surgery. I never saw this man have any of the symptoms of Parkinson, okay? And she said, when I was with him yesterday, I was with him a long time, and he was very responsive, and he was talking, and he was upbeat. I'm like, guess how is lying? You know Osley's been dead to the world since Monday, probably since Sunday, according to his roommate. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We know for sure because we went there Monday, and we went there Tuesday, and Maria went there in the morning on Tuesday. So I rolled her back and I go, when were you there yesterday? She hasn't answered me back yet, but I'm not going to get into a pissing match with Ozzy's kids because who cares? Ozzy's my friend. Those are his kids. They're going to pay for what they're doing, and I'm just going to keep on praying Ozzy through. Are you guys with me? Keep praying him through, okay? Julie, I'm praying for you right now because I know you went back to the hospital. I just saw it on Facebook. This will not be a long stay. You'll be out by Good Friday. 2 days. Come out, okay? So I edited the video that I did with the bun yesterday. Remember I did the long video? I made it shorter. I sped up some parts, and I just played music and put titles to show how to make the bun because I got a lot of phone calls from my viewers today. I don't know how they found my phone number, but at least 8 to 10 different people called me today to ask me where to get my book and how to make the hot cross bun. And one of them even asked me to snap a picture of the hot cross bun out of the book and send it to her so they can make it. And of course my sister right away was like, I wouldn't do that because they were never going to come back and buy the book. And I'm like, no, I trust my viewers, and this is how I live my life. Nobody can steal from me because I'm a child of God. So whatever somebody tries to steal, God will give me back 10 times more. You know what I mean? He'll give me double for my trouble. And I trust this lady. I don't think she'll do something like that. I think she'll come back and buy the book. But people needed the recipe today to make the hot cross bun for Good Friday. So that's why I decided to do another quick video. And I have so many videos at the site already on it that I wasn't going to make the video public. I was just going to do unlisted and share it on Facebook. But after I started getting phone calls from all over the world, honey, I had to make that thing public so everybody could go see, because I told them I'm going to put out a video right now. You guys can go see how to do it, okay? And I have all the ingredients listed, so I hope that video does well. What else is the update? Jada's out at her friend Rachel's because Damien's in town. And they're having some little get-together or something. Damien's on spring break at the same time. Jada's on spring break. Joe's over there farting around looking for another car. And the boys are in their room. So, let me tell you guys something. God granted me a miracle today. Well, granted Joe and me a miracle today. And I want to share it with you guys. So, you guys know that we have the Grand Prix for sale, right? No, it's a beautiful car throughout. You guys know that I had a hard time getting it to pass smog. It eventually passed smog. And at the end of March, the tags expired. So I went and paid all the DMV fees and put it in our names because I don't want it to keep racking up DMV fees for the person who's going to buy the vehicle, right? And so right after we did that, we kept driving it around, from here to LA or whatever. the check engine light came on, and it was the computer showed that it was for the catalytic converter. So that's why it gave me a hard time to pass smog. So I had like a couple of options. One, find the money to fix it and then jack the price of the car way high to try to make like a small profit, a $200 or $300 profit, if I could even get that kind of profit to jack it. I mean, the car has a good blue book value, but the people that we sell the cars to, they just don't have money, you know? So that was my option. The next option was for me to keep the car and just drive it for the next 2 years, save the money to try to fix the catalytic converter then. Or to be honest with the people who are buying the car and say, I have it at this discounted price. I would only make like a couple hundred dollars profit. But I have it at this price because of the fact that in 2 years, you're going to have to change this catalytic converter, and it's going to cost you $1,500. That's what it's going to cost if they go straight to the dealer. And you have to go to the dealer for the car because it's one of those cars that are listed as dealer only for the emissions, the whole emission stuff. So Sergio would have charged me a little bit less, like $300 less, because he would have gotten a discounted price for the part from the dealer, and he would have let me have the discount. And he would have charged me a little bit less, but nevertheless, the tab would have come to like $1,200 for me. And so I'm just like, this stuff was starting to stress me out. It really was. And I started to pray about it. And I said, you know what, Joe, I'm just going to list it for, a cheaper price and tell the people honestly when they call what's going on. So I told you, Miss Aldonia, right? Told you. And, remember you were asking your husband. I told him, I'm not going to change the catalytic converter. And then about 5 different people called about the car. One of them seemed really interested more than the rest. And he asked me why the price was so cheap. And I told him, in 2 years, you'll have this big repair. And he goes, I can't get the catalytic converter for cheaper. And I go, they have cheaper aftermarket ones for $250 plus the repair, plus the labor. But unfortunately, because the car is in California and it was never licensed or registered anyplace else, it needs to have this specific catalytic converter that is costly and it's from the dealer. And the guy was like, thank you for your honesty. I'm going to keep this car on the list of cars that I can look at. And if I want to come see it, I'll let you know because I just started my search. And I said, okay. So then today, Joe went to the auction to look at something else because we have to get something else to flip, right? So then he came back home right away because he forgot his wallet. So then he's mad at the whole world because he forgot his wallet. And I'm like, well, go back. And he's like, I don't want to go back. I already went over there already and I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, go back. It's your job. This is your job now. You can't come and find excuses because you forgot your wallet. So he went back, and I'm so glad he did because he met up with a young man. The guy's like 32 or something. And he always gives Joe vital information about the business that we're navigating because he's been in it longer. And so Joe told him, what he was going through with this car. And he goes, I guess I'm going to have to keep this car for a couple of years or until I save the money to fix it. And the guy was like, no. I had an issue with a car like that before. Take it to the dealer. Sometimes it's on the warranty. So Joe came home because the guy said that the warranty should be like 10 years. Now, you guys know the car's an '07. This is 2017. Do the math. So Joe goes out there and he checks under the hood. And sure enough, the car was manufactured March 2007. So he goes, man, we just missed the deadline. I said, still go, Joe. God didn't give you this information for no reason. Just go on ahead and ask. All he can say is no. So he went to the dealer. They gave him the runaround to a degree. And they said the same thing we thought. Oh, you just missed the 10 years. Too bad, so sad, right? And Joe just kept saying, you sure? And he kept going to different departments. And finally, he got to the right department where the lady said, Joe, was it a lady or a man? A man. The man said, it's 10 years or 150,000 miles. Now, if it was another type of Grand Prix where the catalytic converter was aftermarket, the one that cost $250, it would have been 80,000 miles. The car has 112,000 miles. So guess what? They're going to change the catalytic converter tomorrow for free. I'm going to take the car in tomorrow. We're going to have it back by Friday. So what I'm going to do is put it back at my original price that I wanted for the car, not the super discounted price. And I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait for it to sell. We're going to buy another car to flip quickly. And we're going to hold out until we can get the money that we deserve for that car because it's 2007. It's a 2007. And it really gets to me, the beauty of that car. And people will call you. Like one time we went to go visit Joe's mom. And some lady that lives on the 5th floor at Joe's mom's building called right when we took off because they saw the sign on the car. And she's like, are you the one in the Grand Prix? I'm like, yeah. And then she's all like, how much is it? And I told her the price and she goes, and she asked what the year was first and I told her. And then she goes, oh, I only got $2,000. I'm like, B-word, I paid more than that for the car. You know, and I'm like, oh, well, this one you wouldn't be able to afford because, you know, this is an '07. How could you think you could get an '07 for $2,000 when it looks that good, you know? So I guess maybe some people go to church and that's what they teach them. You know, you're God's child, so they're going to go ahead they're going to go ahead and God going to go ahead and give you anything you ask for as long as you believe. You just got to believe. Anyways, I'm gonna go get like my face over some kind of hot steam or something so that I can get rid of this congestion. I have eucalyptus oil that I'm gonna dribble on something tonight and sleep peacefully tonight. And I refuse to let this bug overpower me. I refuse. So thanks for hanging with me today, guys. I really hate that I didn't go outdoors at all today, but you guys know I vlog my regular life, and sometimes I just won't be going out the door. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, hopefully less congested, and yeah, I'm a pretty happy camper right now. That's a miracle, and I'm really grateful for it. I'm gonna get on my knees tonight and just praise God and thank Him for that, because I didn't see that coming at all. That was just like out of left field. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, okay? Bye bye.
When the red button is on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, see, I'm doing it.
This is very, very
Ready. He doesn't want to go back on the boat. Splash.
Splash?
Yeah.